Hey everybody, we're playing a little Sims 4 and we're doing a speed build today. I actually can't take credit for the house plan or even the layout or really anything of the house. I really what I did was got it on houseplans.com and I'll post a link in the description below. And then I'll actually put a little picture probably right here of what the inspiration of my video was. And then I'll put the picture of what the final product kind of mine was right here now. You guys can see it a little bit both. I think it turned out pretty well. But with that being said, let's get to the video. All right, everyone, like I was saying, so it is a barn, what I assume is an old barn renovated. It kind of looks like that from the pictures. It doesn't say anywhere that is what it is. But I did get it, I think, under the farm like style on houseplans.com. You can like select styles, and I think I selected farming anyway, so that's why I assumed it was a barn. So as you can see right here, what I'm doing is I'm kind of spacing things out, and I want both rooms to be even because it's a 2-bedroom house, and both there's not really one that I would say is a master bedroom. I mean, there is, I would say, actually, because it has the bathroom going to the room. The other one has a bathroom. I mean, it does have its own bathroom, but it actually goes out to the main house. And as you can see right here, just kind of doing the roofing. This is a really cool aspect of the roof. I don't realize right now that they're not aligned, those two side pieces. I think I'm about to realize that right now. But like I was saying, so I got it from the farming, and the problem with the Sims, I say, when you do like real builds like this, is to get scale right. Scale is so hard in the Sims especially because of things like, you can put a window on a half piece, but we can't do that in the Sims, but in real life that is something that's done. So as you can see here, I'm kind of going through, trying to see the door. I'm really just placing things right now, but I do believe that we have the doors. Now this door I really actually enjoyed. It's not 100% the front door of what they had in the picture, but it's so tough. If you look at the picture in the link below, you'll see how kind of unique and cool that door on the actual build is. And the roofing was another tough spot, because you're gonna see you can kind of saw it, I think, a little bit where the two out, I don't know what we'll call them like perpendicular pieces, I guess, of the house. That's actually all one color in the real build. Again, as you can see, if you go to the build down, or if you go to the link down below, you'll see it. It is they're all brown, and it is more of a dark brown, kind of like what I'm using right there, but I don't end up using that in this build. I just don't think it looks good. So I do take some artistic differences, I guess, in what is the build, what the build should really look like in the Sims, to the best of what I think it looks good too, because I didn't want to just use the brown just because I felt like the brown fit the color wise. And I ended up using this brown, and oh wait, no, I don't need this brown. And I really liked it. I felt like it fit this more of a modern look, that is kind of a renovation of a modern look, is what it really is. Now the roofing is tough, like I was saying, because in the real build it matches the siding, but we don't have any roofing that does that at all in the build. So even no matter what color I would have made it, it just would have been so difficult to do that. Maybe black, I guess, could have been a little better. As you can see there, I'm trying to make the rooms match. Like I said, there is a master bedroom, but it's like they're the same size, so I would say normally in a master bedroom, the master bedroom is bigger and it has its own bathroom. So I guess the only thing that makes this a master bedroom is the bathroom door comes to the actual room. Now again, another thing in the Sims, the really cool thing actually about this build in real life, or I guess on the website, it's just a concept build, I believe, but is those back windows. There's a picture of them and they fold out. It's so cool that how they those are just basically, what do they call, like bifold doors or something like that, where they're basically slide and the whole window slides, which would be super cool. So obviously you don't have that ability to do that in the Sims, so I just had to put the door there and put glass. And then I was actually really happy I found these windows working, those two, on either rooms, because they don't have the line in the middle, but other than that, they kind of match up pretty well, I would say. If you just remove that middle line from those windows, they might actually be the same, it really would be fit well. And then here we didn't have, the Sims does have, the things that go above windows normally, but none of them really fit the white. And so I just decided to make it like, put a little flooring up there that's not going to be roofed. So it does sit a little higher than the real build, but that's fine. I think the windows sit a little higher too. And then, like I said, you got to do what you got to do in the Sims. So we're just kind of, like I said, going around the windows. Again, the cool thing about this is when I was building this, because there isn't really too many windows, there's only that one section of windows in the front. And I was like, oh, that doesn't really look all that good. And here I'm realizing like, oh no, it's off center. And I want my windows to kind of align, because obviously in the picture, everything is so symmetrical. And I wanted that to come across in this build too. So as you can see, I'm doing that. And to make it so I do shrink the bedrooms a little bit, which is fine actually, because honestly the build was a little too big anyways. I'm really happy with how it came out size-wise. Again, it's not a family home, I wouldn't say. It's more of just a nice, probably roommates, maybe people who don't want, maybe older roommates who don't want kids, or people just, or a family that doesn't want kids either, and they just have a guest bedroom. That, either one of those. I don't know. You can play it however you want to play it. Again, I really do enjoy this build. I can't wait. I really want to figure out a family. Maybe I'll do an LP in this house. I'm not real sure. But as you can see, what I was doing back there was with the cement. And again, the deck of the build matches the staircase, which is another thing we just can't do in The Sims. I tried, as you can see here, for a while. I kind of jump back and forth because that's kind of how I play The Sims when I get upset, or I feel like I just get so stressed out because I can't figure out what to do next in the build. I kind of just move on to the next thing, and then try to come back to it. So it's kind of how I play, and you kind of are seeing that right now with me just jumping around, and I'm also jumping to the front, which makes sense because I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And you saw right there, I actually extended out those side pieces in the front to kind of block off part of the stairs. Here I'm trying to fix it what I did, and it doesn't really work. So I just kind of have to fix it this way, because the stairs actually, like again in the picture, the stairs are not seen. So I bump both of them out. So I, both front and back, I bump out a little bit. I think one each. And then this stairs are a little easier because actually these stairs are just more cement concrete and kind of going into the front pathway. Like I said, I built this in Brindleton Bay. It's on the 30 by 20 lot. Now, the thing I hate about this lot is it's going to nowhere, so like that front pathway, you wouldn't really, in real life, you wouldn't just do a front pathway like that. So maybe you guys find a better lot for it. I just felt like if it made sense, since it is supposed to be like this renovated barn, it made sense to sit here where it is. Because it's not really by a road, which most barns aren't, and it's at least off the road. And then, so I was really happy with doing this too, because I felt like that really what it needs is one extra piece going to like one of those straight pieces on that window right there. It needs one extra piece to kind of match the build almost perfectly, because actually the fridge is the fridge is the last thing on that wall. I end up putting a counter that kind of comes down. You'll see it in a second. And then so what I'm using right here is these island living counters. Again, in the screenshots below, you'll see it. It turned out really nice, but if you also go to houseplans.com in the link below, you'll see kind of how I was doing this. It was really interesting because the counters are gray, but those counters, the island, are actually not gray. They are more of a tannish, woodish color that you see me doing, and I'm actually going to kind of trying to match them to the wall the best I can. Now, there weren't too many pictures of the inside, or like not even pictures, but just drawing and art, illustrations of the inside. So I kind of again had to take more leeway with stuff like that. So I didn't really know what to do with the doors. I saw one of the doors was actually like, even on the inside, I was going to the bedroom, it had like windows or like mirrors in it. I don't know, not mirrors, but like windows in the door, and I just felt like that was kind of weird. But of course, they're in real life, they're kind of frosted over, so you can't like see directly into the room. But obviously, we don't have anything like that in The Sims. So as you can see there, I'm just trying to match that wood. It's not 100% match to the island living wood. There isn't like a wood. There is an island living wood paneling, but it's vertical. And I do test it out here. I don't know if it's now or later, but I do try to put it in the build, and it just doesn't look good. So I decided to keep what I have now. Now I'm trying to put lighting in so everything's lit up. So while I do it, and then I kind of just stuck with this. Again, I only saw the flooring in the main room, not in the bedrooms or the bathrooms. So I just decided to put that flooring everywhere, and kind of the way I imagine this build. It's not a lived-in build, this is just built. You can just move in, and so you kind of have the creative to do it, to do anything. But this is what I imagine, like they just built this build and now they're showing it to people. And that's what so that's kind of how I've pictured what I was doing. with the build. So it's not like there's that much clutter. There's not that much, you know, personalization to it. It's pretty generic, I would say, almost minimal a build. And then so I'm just putting the white walls up here, and again I copy those to every room, you know. So the only feature wall is that one wall, that kind of paneling wall, and I really like that. You know, the more I see it now in the video, I'm really enjoying how this came out, and kind of looking back on it. This is probably one of my, I don't know, I just really enjoy this build. I don't know if this is the best build I've done. I'm not a great builder. I'm trying to get into building now. You know how many years late that Sims 4 has been out, but I'm trying to get in now, and this was really difficult for me, these counters. First off, I really enjoyed that counter that I'm playing with right now. I didn't use it in the build, but I definitely want to figure out a way to use it in other builds, because I've never done that swatch, and to figure out that it does that, that's just so cool to me. I could have done it in the closet, which is actually a laundry room / pantry, to the right. That's what that square to the next to the kitchen is. It's a laundry room / pantry, so maybe it would look good in there, but I don't know why I didn't use it. I actually end up using those red overhang counters that come down. You'll see in a second. Again, I'm playing with the counters a lot. This is probably the longest, you know, I kind of took on anything, just because I don't like these counters because they're all opened and like windowed, and I just feel like that's a lot of, you know, windows. Like it's a lot of plates, because it's all the same swatch. So what I actually do is I put the other counter, you'll see it towards the end of the build actually. I'm putting the other counter, and so with the table, I'm actually again trying to match what's in the pictures. They have a table with this nice kind of brown, it's more of a darker brown wood on top of it, and it's white below. We don't have anything. This is the closest we have to it, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. You know, it's not 100% match, but it's pretty good actually for just looking at the pictures and looking at this. And that was just a placement couch, so now we're gonna try to fix the real couch after we put this rug there. I don't know if I love that rug, but it's a blue rug is in the pictures. I decided it would be a blue rug. You know, so that I just put that rug there, and it's not bad or anything. It's like I said, you can totally use whatever rug you want. And again, there's not, you know, there's so much room for you to come in there and be creative with it, kind of, and make it your own for your LPs or whatever you want to use it for. Now these chairs I really like. See, they actually in the normal build, when I was basing it off of, they had two just normal chairs, like not like, you know, armchairs or anything like that. There's two normal chairs there, so that's kind of what I take there, and I really enjoy how those chairs look compared to the actual chairs in the picture. And again, I'm jumping around, but there's no coffee counter. It's just two like end tables almost in the middle that they use in the real picture, so I stick with that theme as well. And then, as you saw in the pictures, or the first picture of like my inspiration, you know, that was in the preamble to this video. I don't know if this preamble, whatever, we'll go with it. Those red chairs pop so much compared to the rest of the house, so I had to keep those red. I felt like those were a staple of the build. As you can see, we're doing the pantry right now. Again, there's no pictures of it, so I don't really know how to model it off of or what I want it to look like. So I'm just kind of playing around, trying to see if we can get, I didn't put any laundry baskets in. I just realized that now as I'm watching the video, and I already uploaded it to the gallery. So maybe I should watch videos before I upload them to the gallery. But if you want, well, I would if I were you, because there is a laundry room. It makes sense to put some laundry baskets in the closets. There's a lot of room in the closets, and I didn't really put a dresser in either of them, because if I didn't put a dresser in the bedroom, the bedrooms would have been really big and had very little in it. So I decided to just put the dressers outside and just put, like, you know, the hanger clothes accents in the living room, or in the closets of each room. One of the rooms has a makeup counter, you'll see it in a second, and then the other room has just a mirror in it. So again, we're kind of playing around, getting that backyard out. Again, I jump around a lot when I build, so it is kind of tough to keep up, sorry. And in the real build, the layout of it, at least, they only show the bathtub. Obviously there's not like a bathtub in the sink, so again, this is just me taking up my own kind of what I like to view in the bathroom. I really wanted the match of, I wanted a slightly different brown than the rest of the wood on the ground and on the outside, but I kind of wanted it to match the outside more than the wood on the ground, if you know what I mean. I think I kind of did that pretty well, but you know, it could easily be better. And here I'm trying to figure out, do I want both bathrooms to look exactly the same? And I decided, yes, they should just both be literally identical bathrooms. And so that's what we go with, just 2 identical bathrooms, which, you know, again, so that's why I don't view one room as being the master, because they literally are the same bathrooms. The only difference is you just have to walk outside, out your door, and then to the hallway to get to the one bathroom versus the other. And then again, kind of following that theme of, it's more of just show house right now. I don't put any like personalization into it. I don't really put too much thought into, you know, what the bed should look like, or I just kind of want them to all match essentially, and then put a rug to bring some color out, because I do think, you know, in builds that are like showroom, open houses builds type, or, you know, in real life, they do have a lot of color that kind of pops in random places. You know, it's not just all one color. And then all the artwork is pretty generic artwork, I would say. There's nothing like personal. There's no like family photos or anything like that. So if I'm going to play in it, I would definitely change that. And as you can see here, this is what I'm talking about with the makeup. I've never used this item in any of my builds, I don't think, but I just felt like it really fit well in this closet. We did have to mess around with those clothes, because I don't like clipping. And as you can see here, we're just kind of playing around. We switch out, I'm pretty sure, the entirety of this bedroom. We might keep these little end tables, but I think the rest of the bedroom actually does change out here in a second. Yeah, so right now we're just kind of playing with coloring. Again, it's so hard to match colors in The Sims, especially when you use different packs and you're trying to, you know. So what I did is I just decided I'd go seasons, match it all, you know, this whole season set. And I do those in both rooms, I believe. I just change the colors up. I really like this rug, but I think it's kind of, I don't remember if I do think I actually use a rug. Yeah, I do. But I like it, but to me, I think it fits this build actually pretty well. I've usually used it in like family builds, and I've started realizing that's kind of weird, because like to have that huge fur rug, you really wouldn't see it in a family home. And again, so we're just kind of playing with the closets. I mean, I almost just wanted to like, you know, keep both these identical. They are kind of flipped. Obviously, they're mirrored. These both sides of the houses on the other side of the main room. And then when I put the mirror in there, I was like, you know what? Let's put the mirror in the other room, because if there's only one mirror. Again, I forgot to put mirrors in the bathroom, just like my last build. It's kind of something with me, I guess. I don't know why. I just realized that too. I just forgot. And when I was building it, I was like, oh, I gotta come back and I gotta put mirrors in the bathroom. But we don't do that. I don't know why I don't keep the rug that you see there. I just got rid of it, but looking back, I kind of like it. But we end up going with that rug. It's more kind of fitting the tannish theme, I guess, or the colors of the rest of the build. Sorry, I was checking the time. I'm actually gonna be a little late to my stream today, but because I'm recording this kind of late, this voiceover kind of late. I worked, and then I had work, and then did the build, and then came to the voiceover, and now I'm doing the voiceover, and then I'm streaming later today. So kind of just checking the time. I was hoping I could get everything perfectly so I could start streaming at 7, but I think it'll probably be more like 7:15, 7:20ish to start the stream. I think I'm gonna do the Legacy LP that I'm doing on stream. I'm gonna put one on YouTube, a YouTube series of another Legacy, but right now we have one on stream, and I think that's what I'm gonna stream today. So the video will come out tomorrow. So stream was yesterday, but you should go check out my Twitch, and you know, you can look at the VOD of it. It'll hopefully be a good stream. If you want to see what's going on with those Legacy houses. I might even try to get him into this house. We'll see how he goes. This is about $60,000 house, I believe. So it's pretty good, up in the mid-range of what I would say. I really feel like that little O thing really fit the build well, but it just didn't fit the build in the bedroom. I do use it later, but I just use those. And I never put curtains in my house, but this one I was like, you know what? We're gonna go all out with it. We're gonna put curtains on this house. We do switch the colors of the curtain, but for the most part, we keep all that the same. And then again, we're just kind of jumping out. We're putting lights outside. And I don't realize I left at night for a while, but we do leave at night. I think it looks really good at night. The outside does. Oh, I also forgot did not put lights up front either. So I would do that. I'd put a light up front for sure, at least one above the stairs. That would definitely make the build look good. Maybe you don't. You know, you don't have to have a light up front. There's no robbers in The Sims, so you don't really need to keep a porch light on just to keep your house safe or anything like that. There I put the the garbage can and the smoke alarm, and here I'm gonna, after I put this down, I'm gonna go back into the pantry because I realized I do not like the colors of, oh, here I'm playing with the island living wood. It's weird, me in the video now, looking at the video, I think I kind of do like these a little better. The problem was I couldn't match, I felt like, you know what, it's funny because I use a different refrigerator anyway, so I should have done that color scheme. But I felt like the original fridge I had in the wood on the side matched really well and it made sense. But I felt like this fridge that I'm using now fit in that area best. Like it really was snugged in there like a real fridge you'd see. And so I felt like that was really good. Again, just kind of playing around with the doors. On the layout, I wasn't too sure if it was a door or just a frame, and it was just a frame, so I go with that. And we are real, I mean, I go to almost every color. I think I just decide on white, maybe? I don't even know what I just decide on actually. But we do eventually come back to that. Again, this is kind of where I go to another place because can't decide on what colors I want to go with for the pantry, so I just kind of jump around and then come back to them. I like that I had the, no, I think I actually do keep those colors in the pantry, but I also like that I did, because I felt like the reason I put the door on the pantry to see if it works was because when you looked in the pantry and you saw, like, I think it was a red cabinet or maybe not, I don't remember, whatever the cabinet in the middle of the washer and dryer was, it just looked weird. It had a weird look to it, and so I actually don't go with that. That's kind of what switched everything up, and then I decided, well, if we're gonna have it open, we're gonna make those orange so they kind of match the lighting. And then this is where I start playing with the cabinets, and because I want to have that, but you can kind of see it, not well, but before I put the thing over it, you can kind of see that it was kind of clipping. You could see it through those glass windows, and here I'm like, oh man, I could put these on top of the windows, kind of clip them over the other counters, and they actually look pretty good. The reason I have to clip them over though is because these are actually end counters, so they don't align, they don't connect with each other. But here I just put them on each other, over one another, so I keep some counters having clear glass and some doesn't. I feel like that just fit the build web a lot better than having it all clear glass. It kind of looked really weird. So now we're doing outside. This is what the build looked like in real life, or in the pictures I was going off of. There's 3 shrubs above or below each window. So I stick with that. I don't know why I was having such trouble with terrain editing, but we kind of go back and forth on what we can do. The thing I don't like about Brindleton Bay is actually the grass. It's weird. It looks weird. It almost looks like, I guess kind of like Florida grass, like very fake. At least where I used to live in Florida, so like where I lived in Florida, that's what our grass looked like. It was just kind of like an obviously fake grass, I felt. And then so that's what I don't like about Brindleton Bays, and they don't have a swatch, like a little paint swatch to match that either, so that's also difficult. Again, so I'm trying to be very symmetrical with how I build, everything in this house, because I felt like all of it was so symmetrical. So when I had to take my own kind of decisions to see what I wanted to do, I wanted it to match the symmetry of the house. So that's why we're very symmetrical up front with those three shrubs, which we do actually change. We're actually almost done with the build, because we're just obviously on the outside. We do a couple trees. I think we put some long shrubs right here, and then we change up these shrubs so we can have a little more color up front, to make them just flowery shrubs. I thought about doing that little like box like I did on the sides, but then I just decided to go with these shrubs, and just change up the colors to make them all blue, kind of an homage to my last build, which was super blue. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. I'm trying to see I think what we do now is we kind of go and put some more curtains, and I think that's actually it. We just kind of go and put some more curtains. Just basically everything I forgot, which I think I forgot the knife block. I forgot these curtains on these little windows, and then, yep, so I put them all 3. Again, we're kind of changing up the color scheme of everything, and then I decided just to go normal colors with these windows, those windows curtained on the back. But for the most part, we are done with the video, guys, so hopefully you like it. Check it out in the gallery, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
I need a minute to think, or maybe 2. It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow, I let my worries fade, let them sweep away. There'll be another day. Tomorrow, I keep repeating the same